So Vivek Ramaswamy was out there campaigning to become the next governor of Ohio, and then these anti-Trump protesters showed up. They weren't even anti-Ramaswamy. You know the type. They hate Elon Musk, billionaires, anti-oligarchy, the whole deal. Well, there are so many ways Vivek could have handled this, right? He could have ignored them, he could have trolled them, whatever. But instead, he decided to actually engage them in conversation. And what's crazy is that in the span of less than half a day, they went from being rabid anti-Trump protesters to actually speaking at Vivek Ramaswamy's campaign event. Take a look at this.
What do you want to see in Ohio?
I don't want all these jobs. I'm a veteran, and I'm worried about the health care and the VA. I don't want them people being fired.
Well, what we care about is veterans getting their benefits, right?
Oh, yeah,
Being
I'm
fired
worried
is another
about
thing. Yeah, so we're going to make sure veterans get their benefits in the state of Ohio. But that's different from making sure that we also got to reform bureaucracy, because that's a different issue.
Yeah.
So that's what I look at. What part of the military did you serve in?
Army.
Army?
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Well, thank you for your service, all right?
Yeah.
You think if some few of you want to come as my guests, you're welcome tonight. All I'll ask is keep an open mind. We'll do the same. We're not going to agree on everything, but as long as we're talking to each other in a respectful, civil way, then I do think that we're going to be successful as a state. Okay?
Thank you much. Thank you.
Thanks for being here, okay?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks for your service to the country.
You're giving me a different perspective on Republicans.
Well, you know what? I think that sometimes we just need to talk to each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And no, not all people are the same.
Right.
Not all Democrats are the same, not all Republicans are the same, not all Americans are the same.
Right.
So sometimes just talk to people. And you're never going to agree on everything. That'd be pretty boring if we did.
Yeah, that's right.
That'd be pretty boring if we did. So enjoy the dinner tonight and tell me what you think.
Okay.
All right? Take care, Sandy. Thank you. Thank you. Look, if it,
I appreciate you giving us a chance to talk to you outside. I really wasn't expecting it because, well, I'm not a Trump person. I told you that.
I was expecting that.
So it's given me a different perspective talking to you.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for your open-mindedness. All right, and let's give Sandy a warm welcome and give her a hand, please. Yep. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What I love about this is it just shows that the Republican and the GOP tent continues to grow, continues to expand. It truly is the big idea and the naturally diverse party. We're not going for DEI. We're not trying to virtue signal or be diverse for the sake of being diverse. Rather, once people hear the ideas, once they break through the media caricature that they've painted of Donald Trump and the Republicans, they're like, oh, actually, there are really great people and great ideas on the right. But the best part is I think this shows how deep the bench is for the GOP. There are a lot of talented people. Yes, J.D. Vance is the front runner for 2028, but there are so many good candidates on the right side of the aisle. Compare that to the left. I mean, they're front runners right now. I know 28 is a few years off, but AOC and even Kamala Harris, I mean, that shows you how far the Democrat Party has fallen and how much in disarray they are. But there is now a new person in the mix on the Democrat side of the aisle talking about their bench. On the New York Times, they published this. Pritzker thunders against do-nothing Democrats as he stokes 2028 talk. So J.B. Pritzker is the governor of Illinois, but the speech that the New York Times and the media is freaking out about, that the speech that they're excited because they think it indicates he's prepping to run in 28, to me, it sounded like he's running to be the first ever insurrectionist in chief.
Never before in my life have I called for mass protests, for mobilization, for disruption, but I am now. Republicans cannot know a moment of peace. They have to understand that we will fight their cruelty with every megaphone and microphone that we have. We must castigate them on the soapbox and then punish them at the ballot box.
If President Trump or anyone in his administration ever said that Democrats cannot know peace, they would be indicted, they would be charged with insurrection, they would be impeached. We all know the drill. We've lived through this for, who knows, like the last decade now, yet J.B. Pritzker can get away with that. He's been making the TV news circuit rounds. He reiterated the same points on MSNBC. Look, I know it's old, cliche, trite to compare President Trump to Hitler, right? But that's exactly what he did. Usually the Democrats hint towards it. They're too chicken to actually say the thing, but J.B. Pritzker did. Smells like he's cooking up an insurrection to me.
The dangers that my family experienced in Ukraine, the dangers that we saw in Nazi Germany, especially in the earliest days of Nazi Germany, are the dangers that we need to react to now. If we don't, things will get much, much worse. And so we've got to raise alarm bells to everybody. It's a 5-alarm fire, everyone. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets and speak up and make your voices heard, because that's the only thing that we have. That's the power that we have. And we can stop them in their tracks, because you know what? Republicans in Congress don't want to lose re-election.
Not only is this disingenuous, this is just flat out dangerous. The Democrats are fertilizing an environment of violence here. Because if you believe that someone is actually Hitler, you're going to take action against them. I mean, who wouldn't, right? If you could go back in a time machine and take out Hitler, I think most of us would. And so the fact that the left keeps comparing the current administration to Nazi Germany and Hitler, they are literally fertilizing violence right before our very eyes. Trump has already been the victim of multiple assassination attempts. I mean, we never saw this against Joe Biden, didn't see this against Barack Obama, who was the first black president of the country. Yet within just the course of a year, we don't even know how many attempts have been made against Trump. Yeah, we know about Butler and what happened at Mar-a-Lago, but I'm sure there have been many other attempts that have successfully been thwarted and stopped in their tracks that we have no clue about. Yet the Democrats keep fertilizing this environment. Either they're too dumb to know what they're doing, or they do know exactly what they're doing, and that makes them evil. Either way, I think it disqualifies whoever makes those statements from ever holding office. Now, the good news in all of this is that the Trump administration is still purging radicals and just deep state actors from their jobs. So earlier last week, there was a restructuring happening at the State Department, and one of those who was let go and fired took to TikTok to throw this tantrum.
So this week, I lost my dream job at the U.S. State Department. I worked in the War Crimes Office, but Trump and Rubio decided to eliminate that office, not to mention the entire undersecretariat that deals with human rights and democracy and labor. So I'm out of a job, and the only silver lining there is that I get my voice back because I'm no longer working for this administration, which is hell-bent on bringing us into fascism. So brand new to TikTok, just wanted to introduce myself and say hi. I have a PhD from Oxford University where I focused on how countries recover from genocide and how victims get justice. That's what I was trying to do as a senior policy advisor in the Office of Global Criminal Justice, which no longer exists at the U.S. State Department. So I'm here and I'm looking for ways to continue the good fight.
Why do they always have crazy eyes? And how is it possible to lose your job and just come across as completely unsympathetic? I don't get it at all. Now, today I would like to recognize Helga Shabalaba Ding Dong, Tythos, Chase Your Dreams, Silent Listen to You, Fluffy LaBelle Chatlane, Mark Anderson, I will answer your question at the end of this video, 51 Ova, and then Karen Necht. Thank you so much, members of today's Governor's Club. These are people who have given super thanks or otherwise tipped the channel. I appreciate it, and I'm so glad that you enjoy the videos. So, President Trump just crossed the 100-day mark in office, and to celebrate, he's going up to Michigan to hold a rally. Well, as people were waiting outside in line, MSNBC was trying to find Trump supporters who changed their mind or maybe regret their votes. And this woman just put the MSNBC anchor in his place.
Are you prepared to pay higher prices for goods?
I've been paying higher prices, sweetie. When Biden got in office, my groceries have doubled, my gas has doubled. No, I'm already used to it. I'm not used to it.
But you're prepared for more. We're looking at, with the tariffs, these are massive tariffs.
No, but it has to happen before it goes back down.
It's funny that all of a sudden the media is upset about prices now when the rest of us have been screaming at the top of our lungs about inflation and prices going up during the entire presidency of Joe Biden. Yet the media didn't care. They turned a blind eye. They acted as if, oh no, it's just transitory, right? It's going to go back to normal. Yet here we are. Well, President Trump's rally is set to begin in a few hours, and the arena is already full. Just take a look at this. To me, it looks like the energy, the momentum, the support is still behind President Trump. And what I love about seeing that arena, I get that attendance at rallies isn't everything, but I really do believe in my heart of hearts that Michigan is now permanently, hopefully, a swing state. And if President Trump is actually able to pull off a manufacturing golden age, I am sure that those Rust Belt states will shift permanently into the red column. Well, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer is actually going to be attending President Trump's rally later tonight, according to the Independent. Gretchen Whitmer hid from Oval Office cameras. Now she's joining Trump as he marks 100 days. Here is something funny. She attempted to explain why she hid from the cameras. I covered this in a previous video, but in case you missed it, she was actually in the Oval Office and covered her face with folders as the press was taking pictures.
Someone asked me what was going through your mind at that moment, and it was, I don't want my picture taken. That's all it was. I kind of wish I hadn't put my folder up in front of my face, but whatever.
I don't buy that at all, because she actually spoke in the Oval Office, right? Like, you're not okay having your photo taken, but you're fine being recorded. It just doesn't add up. If anything, I think she was terrified of the reaction of the radical left portion of her base, but here we are. So before President Trump's rally, he actually appeared at a military base in Michigan, and Governor Gretchen Whitmer was also there, and President Trump gave her the opportunity to speak. Take a look at this.
Well, I hadn't planned to speak, but I'm on behalf of all the military men and women who serve our country and serve so honorably on behalf of the state of Michigan. I am really damn happy we're here to celebrate this recapitalization at Selfridge. It's crucial for the Michigan economy. It's crucial for the men and women here, for our homeland security and our future. So thank you. I'm so grateful that this announcement was made today, and I appreciate all the work. Thank you.
The big announcement to which she's referring are new fighter jets, which of course is a really big deal. But what I really love about that entire clip are two separate things. Number one, as you heard Gretchen Whitmer say, she wasn't planning on speaking. This was a complete surprise to her. So I think that thank you to President Trump was genuine. I think she really appreciates everything he's been able to accomplish for the state of Michigan. You know, whenever politicians have prepared remarks, they script out what they're going to say, right? It's all talking points, and they're always putting their best foot forward, like politicians do. But whenever you speak off the cuff and impromptu, I think that's the time where honesty comes through, and I think that's what we saw there. And number two, the fact that President Trump shared the stage with her, that goes against everything the media has told us about him, right? The media tells us that President Trump wants the spotlight, he wants all the attention. But as Gretchen Whitmer said, she wasn't planning on speaking. So that suggests to me that President Trump just on a whim was like, hey, you say something. This is your state. These servicemen and women look up to you too. So why don't you say something? I think that those small decisions and small moments really give us insight to who President Trump is as a person. But as always, all of that is just my analysis and commentary. That is what's going on in the world of politics from my point of view, and I would love to hear from you. So yes, 2028 feels like forever away, but since the original topic of today's video was Vivek Ramaswamy, I'm just curious who your front runner is for 2028. Not who you think is going to get it, but who you personally want to get the nomination. Let me know down in the comments below. And I did promise Mark I would respond to his super thanks question. Hey Daniel, I have a question. Do you believe that many Americans have forgotten what it means to be free? I believe freedom is earned, not a right. A lot of people think that freedom means they have the right to do anything they please and face no remorse for anything bad they do. Freedom doesn't mean there aren't consequences involved. I agree with most of that, if not all of it. I think most people, unfortunately, take freedom for granted. And the reality is that none of us live in a vacuum. All of the actions we take impact other people. Now, it might not be like impact on a national scale. We might just be impacting our loved ones, our communities, but that's why there are consequences, right? Because for every action, there's a reaction. And that's why we do have laws. Personally, I wouldn't say that freedom has consequences. The way I view it is more that freedom has responsibility. And if you abdicate those responsibilities, that's when consequences happen. But just my take. One more thing. I did mention the new kitty, which I still have. Both cats are actually sleeping right now. All three of them are sleeping because they had a big play morning. So in my last video, I asked if you all wanted to just know the name or if you wanted to play the guessing game. Now, to be honest, it was about 60% just want the name up front, and then 40% of you, give or take, wanted to do the guessing game. So I'm going to give one more option before making the final call, because I wasn't clear in the last video. So, you know, we did the guessing game to cross 100,000 subscribers, and I think a lot of people thought that I was going to wait to 200,000, which, no, I am not a sociopath. So if we do a guessing game, it would be towards like 125, 130, or it might even be for the week or for the month of May. Like, it would be like short term. You're not going to have to wait weeks or months. Like, it would be really short. And so if that information changes your perspective, let me know down in the comments below. But if you still just want a name, cool, like majority rules, and that's what we'll go with. The only reason I'm hesitating is, number one, I think the game's kind of fun. So it is a personal like bias that I have. And number two, a lot of you have shared that you watch with your children and that the guessing game was fun for the family to do, like kids and parents. So that's part of the reason why, yeah, just putting that out there in case that changes anyone's minds. If you haven't already, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. I know it's a simple thing to ask for, but it really does help me reach more viewers like you in the algorithm. Be sure to smash that subscribe button and to check out one of these videos.